Hello and welcome to Adventure Sean and my second video from London. Now this morning I was over at Tower Bridge where I learned all about the history of the bridge. I went through the visitor centre, went in the lift up to the top, stood on the glass floor, got some amazing views underneath me, looking down at the boats on the Thames and so much more. It was great, so make sure you check out that video if you've not seen it. Now I also bought a combi ticket for £12 at the time of recording that meant along with getting access to Tower Bridge, I also got to come here to the monument, as it's known, that is to commemorate the Great Fire of London that happened in 1666, and that's what this video is all about. So I'm going to be heading up there in just a moment. I believe there's some information down at the bottom on a plaque, so I can read all that out and learn a bit about it. Yeah, the structure's there just behind me. It's 61 metres tall, and there's quite a lot of other buildings and things that have been built around it now, so I'm not too sure what the views are going to be like at all from up there, but we'll soon find out. But yeah, join me here on Adventure Sean. Let's have a little walk up this way and go and learn a bit more about the monument. So just before we go inside the monument and also head up the spiral staircase to the top, let's just have a little look at some of the information about the fire and also the monument itself, which is on the side just here, which is nice and easy for people to read, nice and big on the side as well. So obviously it's not just like a little plaque at the bottom what people stand round. It's quite nice how it's all on the side here so people can read all about it. Obviously mentioning about who designed it, that it was built from 1671 to 1677 on the site of St Margaret Fish Street Hill. There you go. Obviously the Great Fire of London happened in 1666, so construction started just a few years after. The fire burnt from the 2nd to the 5th of September, devastating 2/3 of the city and destroyed 13,200 houses, 87 churches and 52 livery company halls as well. Wow, guys, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, with the Great Fire of London, it's something that I don't really know that much about, to be honest, and it's nice to actually read a little bit about it all and know a bit more about what happened, and obviously it started in the bakery and things. But yeah, the monument, of course, is a freestanding column topped by a flaming copper urn, which we can see at the top. It's 61 metres tall, 202 feet in height, being equal to the distance westward from the site of the bakery in Pudding Lane. So Pudding Lane's actually round this way, so if I move us round, we'll have a little look at the end of the video over there as well. But yeah, the sign for Pudding Lane's just there and it runs up the side. Yeah, that's quite interesting, isn't it? How obviously this is 61 metres tall, and yeah, it's actually 61 metres westward of the bakery where the fire started. But yeah, God, it's crazy, isn't it? To think that much stuff was destroyed, that many buildings were destroyed in the fire, and obviously 2/3 of London had to be rebuilt after that. Obviously quite a lot of other information down there as well to read, so if you want to, of course, read all of that sign, just pause the video at this point. But anyway, I'm going to walk around the corner, and yeah, the sun is out, so we should get some really nice views from what we're going to see up there. I'm not too sure how much we're going to see because of the buildings being next to it, but yeah, let's go and find out and take a little walk up to the top of the monument here in London. Inside the monument structure, climbing up the staircase, spiral staircase. Here's a little look at where I've gone so far. Little look down there, you can see right down to the bottom. Yeah. Alright, I'll come up. Yeah. Oh, you got a bit of a breather when you're climbing all these stairs. Yeah, as soon as you come into the structure at the bottom through that door, there's nothing else sort of down at the bottom. You're pretty much straight into the spiral staircase. There's also an area to leave larger bags, and if you just need to just buy a ticket for this, then on the right hand side there's just a booth for that. Whoa, there's more steps than I was expecting actually. I think I read somewhere that there was over 300 steps, and that would make sense now. Just keep climbing up. Not too far to go now. He says. Got the little windows, don't think you can really see much there. It's just so bright, isn't it? Oh, I'm worn out now. Luckily, I've got a bottle of water in my bag. I was prepared for this one. Nearly there, he says. Here we are. Oh, we made it, wow. Look at this. Whew. You know what? Before I do any more talking, we're gonna have a drink. Right, I've got my breath back there now, and yeah, I've definitely got my step count in so far today. Let's have a look at some of the views that we can get from up here, and certainly a lot better views than what I was expecting. I kind of thought that with a lot more modern buildings going up, especially around this area of London in the past few years, it might sort of block the view a little bit, but that's not the case at all. But anyway, I'll have a look around there towards the Thames in just a second. Obviously we can see St Paul's over there. Do a little zoom in for you. Obviously it's quite hard with the railing being around here and all the mesh wiring. Obviously it's there for safety. And yeah, some of the newer buildings that have gone up around London here over the past few years. 20 Fenchurch Street, which is the building just here in the foreground. Looks a bit like a large popcorn bucket, in my opinion. But yeah, you've got the Sky Garden at the top there that you can actually get a free ticket to go up there with. You have to book it in online in advance, but I'll definitely do that at some point. However, I do believe if you're a bit more last minute, you can go up there at certain times. I think Monday to Friday, like in the morning, and also on an evening where you don't need a ticket. But yeah, check out the website for that. But yeah, some other buildings, of course, as it's unofficially known, the Gherkin over there at the back, the cheese grater, more new buildings going up. Crazy, isn't it? It's a shame that there wasn't glass or something around here, so it didn't restrict the view a little bit. But obviously you can sort of poke your camera through a little bit there and get some better photos. Not so much from a video camera, because with the lens being quite big. But yeah, like that's a really nice structure that is. Let's walk down this way then. Talking of Rooftop Gardens, you can see another one just here on this building. Not too sure on the name of it. I think it's just some sort of office block, but I'm sure there's someone watching who knows what's inside there. Yeah, there's a rooftop garden just there as well. I do apologise about any wind noise. It is quite windy now. Obviously I've just done Tower Bridge, like I said at the start of the video. So yeah, like I managed to do that and it wasn't too windy actually. Come around this way looking towards the River Thames, the Shard. I'll be heading up to the Shard next. That's on today's agenda. That'll be the next video coming up here on Adventure Sean, so make sure you check that out when it goes online. Really nice walkway. Like I say, if you start off down at Westminster and walk all the way along the side of the Thames, all the way up that side, all on the South Bank and all around London Bridge area, cross over Tower Bridge, come right back down this side. It's a really nice walk. It'll take you a couple of hours to do it all, but you really get to see a lot of the London sights and obviously walk along the beautiful River Thames. But yes, the Shard will be the next video coming up, so make sure you do check that one out here on Adventure Sean. Looking out then towards Tower Bridge. I'll put the camera in the side just there and zoom in a bit. It's a beautiful structure there, isn't it? Amazing, and you can just make out the Tower of London just to the left of it. But that's something I'd like to do at some point this year as well. I'll definitely do it at some point this year. See some workers on the roof over there as well. It's a shame because obviously it's focusing just on this. That's why it'd be nice to do with some glass around the side, but obviously it's an old structure, isn't it? And you know, you can tell all this has been modernised around here. Even if they just put glass at the bottom here, you know, so you can sort of kneel down. But there you go. You know, we've got to be grateful that we can come up here actually, with being such an old structure, and obviously with it being the monument to the Great Fire that started down on Pudding Lane, which is just down there, I believe. There we are. That's the sign for Pudding Lane, and obviously that's where the famous bakery was, where the fire started, and obviously London pretty much had to be rebuilt after that. HMS Belfast down there. It's focus quite nice for you down there actually. If you walk past Tower Bridge, there's so many nice bars and restaurants. I've been down there a few times in the past. If you carry on walking down on that side of the river, some beautiful places if you walk past Tower Bridge. I think a lot of people just tend to sort of stop when they get there instead of walking beyond it. But yeah, loads to see. So there's the steps back down. Tell you what, the people who came up with me haven't stayed up here long. I think only a few people left. Yeah, amazing to see. I'm going to get some more photos up here before heading back down. But yeah, definitely recommend bring a bottle of water or something for that. You know, you need a drink really when you get up to the top. You don't want to get up here and then think, oh God, I can't really enjoy the views and stuff because I'm so thirsty. Whoa, sun's come out. Wow, blimey. In terms of seeing Westminster and the London Eye and things, you can just make out the top of the Palace of Westminster. If I zoom just round, again, it is focusing on these here, which is a shame. Maybe stand a bit further back. But yeah, you can just make it out just through there. And also you can see the London Eye, which is just cropping out here as well. There you go, I think I've got it to myself up here now. Perfect opportunity to take some photos. There's a look up to the top there. Again, it looks like a lot of this has been restored with these old buildings and monuments. A lot of work's done to preserve them and keep them operating. If you're scared of heights, this one actually might not be the best one for you because you are quite close to the edge here. I mean, you know, some of the paths and things, like you look at this here, you know, you are pretty much at the side, you know, so if you are scared of heights, I probably wouldn't recommend this one. As I've done these videos throughout New York and London so far, I'm sort of trying to, you know, mention about if you're scared of heights and things, to help you guys out if you are visiting. Oh, there we are, another little rooftop garden. But yeah, wonderful, isn't it? That's pretty much all there is to point out up here. I'll have one more little walk round. Obviously some of the newer buildings there with 20 Fenchurch Street. Some beautiful architecture in London. We're very lucky to have these beautiful modern buildings like the Shard and these ones that I've just been talking about around here. But then of course you've got some really old structures and bridges, and so that's something what we're very lucky to have in this country. There's a lot of history, and Europe in general there's some great buildings with some fascinating history. That's another new skyscraper that's come up in the past few years actually, just on the corner there. Really funny shape, isn't it? Oh, there's so many, and there's more buildings going up over there by the Shard. Honestly, London's always developing. If you've been to Waterloo recently, you'll notice all the buildings there by the Shell building. That's loads of new stuff going up there. Incredible, it really is. Obviously St. Paul's Cathedral, which is stunning in its own right. To think how old some of these buildings are and when they were built, it's amazing, isn't it? But there you go. Right, I'm going to start making my way back down, and I'll show you some more footage of the staircase going down. Luckily, this will be a lot more easier than coming up. Shall we look over the side here? I think we should. Obviously, I'm just going to take a few photos before I head down. There you go. Kind of reminds me of the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, in France, because that's very similar to that actually. See some people down the bottom. Right, I'm going to take some pictures, then I'll head down. Really impressed with the views from up there. I wasn't expecting them to be anywhere near as good as what they are. Like I said, I just thought that with all the buildings going up around the side over the years and London just developing, I just wasn't expecting you to be able to see anywhere near as much as you could. So yeah, it's a great view, and the fact that you can pay, I think it's just £5 if you want to do just this. Obviously, if you don't want to go and do Tower Bridge as well, or maybe you've done that before. But yeah, the good thing is as well with your ticket, what I haven't mentioned so far, is the fact that you've actually got 7 days to do both of them. So if you buy a ticket for Tower Bridge, you don't have to use it on the same day to come to this. You come the next day after, or any time within 7 days. But yeah, carry on walking down here, and then we'll have another look at the outside, and also at Pudding Lane as well. So there we go, I've just made it down the steps. Took just under 5 minutes to get back down. Obviously a little bit quicker when you're coming down the steps as it is going up. Yeah, I definitely recommend take a bottle of water because you're going to need it after climbing up them. You might think, oh, it doesn't look that tall, but it is 62 meters tall. And like I say, I thought we'll come and have a little look down here on Pudding Lane. Not like there's anything to see from before the fire, because obviously it all got destroyed in 1666 when the Great Fire of London happened. And obviously a lot of London, a lot of the buildings were all rebuilt. And yeah, this is actually Pudding Lane, where the bakery was, where the fire started. Obviously we can see the sign just there, Pudding Lane. And yeah, this is it, running all the way down here. Obviously all the roads have changed around here, the buildings have changed over the years, but yeah, the tower itself, like I say, it's 62 meters tall, the monument, and it's actually 62 meters from the monument to where the bakery was located, which is quite an interesting fact for you there as well. But there you go, yeah, views from up there were fantastic. Thank you very much for joining me for another adventure, and also very kind of them to give me this certificate as well. I assume they give these to everyone, I'm not too sure, but there you go, it's really nice. I was chatting to the lady and she gave me this, which was really kind of her. And as you can see, it says there, the monument 1750, reproduction courtesy of Guildhall Library. But there you go, yeah, you must get one of these every time. She did give them out to some of the other people coming out as well. So there you go, yeah, really kind of them, that. And on the back it's a certificate, so you can put your name on there. This to certify that Sean Sandbrook has climbed the 311 steps of the monument. With a bit of history, and it's signed at the bottom there as well by the Chairman of Culture, Heritage and Libraries for the City of London. But yeah, here it is, Pudding Lane. We've just done the monument, and like I say, if you've not already, make sure you check out my video from this morning where I did Tower Bridge and learned all about the history of that fascinating structure. And yeah, like I say, if you are seeing both of these, make sure you get a ticket for both. Like I say, it cost me £12 at the time of recording this video, which I think is not a bad price to come and see two, you know, very different style structures. Obviously you've got the bridge, what goes over the River Thames with all them fascinating views, and then something to mark a very important part of the rebuilding of London, of course the memorial to that, and the monument of the Great Fire of London of 1666. But there you go. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you check out my many other videos that are going to be coming up from London here on Adventure Sean. This evening I'm going to do the Shard. I'll be doing the same as what I did with the skyscrapers in New York. Going up just before the sun sets, watching the sun go down, and then of course seeing it at night time as well. Along with that, I'm going to be doing all of the different tourist attractions throughout the year and so much more. So make sure you stay tuned. If you enjoy the videos here on the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell icon to be notified when I upload new videos. Thank you very much for watching, and that leaves me with one more thing to say. Get out there and have your own adventures. See you soon.